So why is it important to be patient when you're putting things outside for the first time? Well, I'm going to show you. Welcome to May. 2 days ago was our last frost date. Do you think we're ready? So, am I surprised that it's snowing outside? No. Did I plant early? No. And I am so glad I didn't. So, when do we find out when is the actual time to plant outside? But Jeremy, it said that that is supposed to be our last frost date, and that's when I'm able to plant out there. Well, obviously Mother Nature had other plans. I consider last frost dates as just kind of a guideline. Springtime, anything can happen around this time of year. Early May to mid-May, you might have enough sun to plant. And a lot of times, you might have snow. Anything is possible. So here's what I do. Go online, look at your long-range forecast. Now, I'm not talking just for the week, I'm talking for the next 2 or 3 weeks. See if it's going to stay above 70 degrees. Now, if it says it's going to stay above 70 degrees for the next 2 or 3 weeks, that doesn't necessarily mean it's time to get out there. Remember, forecasts can change, even within just a matter of 3 or 4 days. So when exactly do you do it? What I do is I look for about 2 to 3 weeks out for that 70-degree weather. But then I actually wait an additional 2 weeks to see if that forecast actually holds true. If it does, I'm going to go ahead and plant. If it doesn't, hold off.
But Jeremy, I have seedlings inside right now that are ready to go out, and they're getting root bound. And if I don't plant soon, they're gonna die.
Oh, I get it. You definitely have a lot of plants that are taking up probably half of your kitchen, half of your front window, half of your house in some cases. But guys, you also got to look at it from this point of view. What's worse? Is it better to leave these guys inside a little longer than they should and then get them out? Or would you rather get them out right now, have them destroyed, and you have to start from scratch? I don't think so. I think as gardeners, May is probably the month that we have the most anxiety about our garden, because it's almost like having a pregnant spouse that's about ready to give birth. You don't know when. It could be any day now. But sometimes you gotta wait, and you gotta wait, and you gotta wait, and you gotta wait, because the time is just not right. I think a lot of us are looking on YouTube and we see a lot of gardeners that are in the South, and we think to ourselves, well, they already have theirs out. If I don't get mine out, I'm not going to have a season. You're going to have a season. I promise you, you're going to have a season. But don't push it, because if you get it out there too early, again, your season's going to be short, because you're going to have to start all over in May. Not good. And sometimes you might even feel a little discouraged, May, and it's snowing. I'm never going to be able to get my stuff out. Guys, you're going to be amazed how it's going to transition from this snow and wet and muck to all of a sudden, bam, you're in 80 degrees. Now, isn't it worth it just to wait a couple more weeks to get your plants in 80 degrees as opposed to snow? So again, the Farmer's Almanac, what is it? It's basically a guideline of historical data of when last frost dates maybe used to be. I think the climate's changed, don't you? I'm not going to get into why or how it's changed, but it's definitely changed. growing up in Colorado in May, you could definitely plant and you were safe. That is definitely not the case. For the past 3 years that I've been gardening, it has snowed in mid-May without fail. We sometimes even get snow at the very beginning of June. It's rare, but it's not unheard of. So, again, it's a guideline. So be smart about it. Look at that long range forecast. See if it changes. If it does, it's better to hold off, guys. Believe me, it's so much more worth it, and you'll be so much further ahead of the game knowing that you waited just a little bit longer to get those things out in the garden, as opposed to them wilting, dying in the snow, and you having to start over from seed again. It's not worth it. Be patient. The warmth will come. Thanks for joining us, guys. I'm Jeremy with Fleetwood Patch. Hey, if you like what you see here, please hit that like and subscribe button. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, and Twitter. And don't forget to also write to us. We love to hear from you at fleetwoodpatch@gmail.com. As always, this is Jeremy saying, you got this, guys. Spring will get here at some point. Take care.